Hey, what's up you guys? It's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm in a new location. I just thought it'd be fun to shoot out here because it's a super nice day where I live, and yeah, I just wanted to give you guys some of these summery vibes that are coming up. But today, before summer can come, we have to worry about finals. And I know finals are so stressful. I've been through my fair share. But because I've been through my fair share of finals, I found a lot of tips and tricks that really helped me to get better grades. And trust me, I've had my fair share of C's on finals, and recently I've been getting a lot of A's on my finals. So I hope to help at least one of you get a better grade on your final. These are just some simple tips and tricks that I do. And yeah, so let's get right on into the video. Okay, so the first thing is stay positive and stay focused. Mindset is everything. I know how hard it is, especially when you're starting to feel burned out from having pretty much either, if you're in high school, the whole year of classes, or if you're in college, the whole semester of that class. I know how easy it is to feel unmotivated or just feel really lethargic because it is coming towards the end and your brain's already been through so much. But just stay positive. Remember that this is the only thing holding you back from an awesome break. And after that final, you know, stick it out, work really hard, and then you can just enjoy yourself. You won't have to worry about getting a bad grade or, you know, not knowing what you might have gotten on your final. If you just stay concentrated and remember that a break is near, I feel like that can really help you to motivate yourself to, you know, push on and really try your hardest, because that's really what you need to do. So the next thing I urge you to do, and this can be one of the most important steps, is plan your time. I know a lot of college students and a lot of high school students don't only go to college or high school. I know you might have extracurriculars, I know you might work, and then it just kind of seems like, where does time to study for finals fit in? But you need to plan out your time. You need to make time for everything. So let's say we'll go for the job route. So let's say you have school from 8 to 3, then you go home and you have work from 5 to 9. So what you could do is you can really study from like 9 to 11. You don't want to overdo it though. You don't want to burn yourself out. Just make time for everything, even if it's in low dosages. So just have time to sit down and get a good amount of studying in. I know it's super hard when you feel tired from the day, and especially when you just came home from class or school or work and you just really don't want to deal with it. But that kind of goes back to my tip number 1 about staying positive, staying motivated, and, you know, just think like, I just have to get through these next couple of weeks and I'm done. So I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna bust my butt for this couple of weeks, and then I will get the grade I want. And yeah, also when it comes to planning your time, don't forget that you should be studying a little bit every day. So you don't want to cram, you don't want to wait and study all in the last 2 days before your final, especially if it's accumulative. That's going to make it really hard because you're cramming all this information in your brain while, you know, going to work or, you know, going to school and doing whatever you have to do, living your life, and you just keep pounding that information in your head. It's not really a good way for your brain to store all the knowledge. You kind of just need to take it step by step. That way you can see when it comes down to the last like 2 or 3 days, okay, I know all this stuff, but here are some points that I don't know as well as the others that have been sticking out to me these past couple weeks. And it just really helps you to not feel overwhelmed, even though I feel like with finals you're gonna feel overwhelmed regardless. But yeah, so the third tip is prioritize. And so this one's kind of hard to describe because I don't want it to seem like don't pay attention to classes that you're doing well in. Okay, so for example, I'm currently in a statistics class and I have a high 98, verge of a 99. So when it comes time for that test, you know, I will review and I will give that class the time that I feel like it needs so that I could do well on my final. However, I have another class where I have like an 88 and I'm really trying to get an A, so I'm gonna give more time to that class. But like I said, don't rule any of your classes out. All of your classes need attention, but some might need more than others. And it's up to you to kind of distinguish which ones are going to need more studying and which ones you could get away with maybe doing a little less studying. So yeah, I think that prioritizing what class needs more studying time can really overall benefit you. Okay, so number 4 that I have for you guys is don't feel afraid to ask your professor for help or your teacher for help if you are in high school. You know, that's what they're getting paid to do. And I know some teachers or professors are nicer than others when it comes to helping students. But at the end of the day, it is their job, and I feel as though if you are really struggling and just talking to them could help you and benefit you with your finals, I would totally do it. You know, if you don't want to stay after class, maybe email them and tell them what you're having a hard time with, and they'll get back to you. Or if you want to stay after class and talk to them, you know, whatever you want to do, but just make sure that you talk to them because they know better than anybody else. Like, this is their trained profession, this is what they've studied for. And, you know, I feel like in most cases professors would be happy if you came up and asked them for their help, because a lot of times students are kind of timid. I was a student like that. I didn't want to ask my professor for help. I was too awkward. But now that I do, I'm so glad that I got over it, because it just helps me a ton, and it really helps to understand the information better, especially when I don't really understand. Just having them say it a second time or maybe reword it could really be the key to unlocking the concept. And last but not least, I feel like this kind of gets overlooked a lot when you are talking about studying or finals or anything like that. But you guys really need to get a good night's sleep. I know that if you know me in real life, I don't sleep. I can't sleep. I have like sleeping problems. But if you can help it, I would totally get a lot of sleep. Your brain is not meant to only be running on 5 or 6 hours, especially the day of a final. You know, you don't want to cram all that information in your head the night before and then not get a good night's sleep, because your brain doesn't have time to organize the new information. And it's just all bad. Trust me, I've done it where I've studied, crammed the night before and then didn't sleep because I was cramming, and then I woke up and on like 2 hours of sleep and went to class and took the final, and I'm like, I don't even remember. I don't remember what I even learned. So like I said, take it day by day, step by step, little by little. Learn information, get a good night's sleep. Wake up, learn information, get a good night's sleep, wake up. And your brain is just storing all of this. Even if you think it's not, you'll remember more than you think you will. If you really looked at the paper, really read it, and all that stuff, I guarantee that your brain will sort it out. And also a fun fact for this video, if you're having a really hard time with a certain message or concept that you're trying to get down and you've reread it and you can't get it, write it out. I actually just learned this tip in my psychology class, that when we write messages that we have a harder time understanding, it really helps to break it down and store it in our brains. So let's say you have a definition of the mitochondria. You can't remember what it is, even though everybody knows what the mitochondria is because it's been forced into your brain since 4th grade. But let's say you can't remember the definition for the life of you, and you keep rereading it, and then every time you look at the word, you're like, I can't remember. Write the definition down 5, 10, 15 times, how many ever times you need, and then you'll start to realize that it's really helping you. Ever since I learned that tip, I've been doing it, and it's been really helping me, so I thought I'd share it with you guys so maybe it could help one of you. And yeah, so I hope you guys really liked this video. I hope it helped at least one of you to get a better grade, or to kind of just calm down about finals, because I know it's a really stressful time. But just take it day by day, little by little, do a little bit every day. And then I think in the next couple of weeks, you guys should be all set and ready for finals. And I hope you guys kick ass out there, and good job for making it through the semester, because I'm sure you don't get that enough. But yeah, so I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. And don't forget to comment down below, because I love talking to you guys. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next Coffee Talk Friday. Bye.